I'm going to have to make this video. So, a lot of you think that was okay. I'm going to have to make this video because I thought, granted, I'm going to make one on Atari soon, but, like, might as well make this first. Look at this. This is never supposed to be this way for this franchise. Look at this. Do you think they would tell this story nowadays? Or even the original trilogy or the new Modern Warfare? This one especially. No. They would never make this game nowadays. Because you know who played this? MW2 Lobby. Are you ready for who played this? People such as kids. I was these kids, but I didn't play it. I didn't play Call of Duty when I was this young, because I knew I couldn't handle it. Granted, I was right, because a bunch of kids who played it couldn't handle it, made them dumb down the games the way it was. And I know I don't like blaming Gen Z or even millennials who aren't born in 1990 and below. But dang it, I don't even like blaming my own generation, but dang it, it's come down to this. Let me turn up the volume so I can actually listen here. How toxic this is. Kids getting on the game force them to not only remove this, the trash talk that made it iconic, it forced them to not make games like this, but instead to make stuff like this. I'm not kidding. This is not good. Like, come on. You're telling me they're putting a fish in the game? Like, what? Are you nuts? Like, Squid Game? What is this? Like, what? And granted, I'm just looking at this, I'm like, this is, like, what is this? Rubber ducky? No! No, no, this is made for kids now, who are far too young to be playing it. It's a lot like Prime. Prime's meant for adults only, and yet kids drink that shit up. I'm like, we'll never get on this or this. Again. I'm like, why can't we have a more serious, grounded war game that's more realistic, more cool, that actually portrays history and shows the true horrors of war? Because kids can handle stories that show the true horrors of war. They can handle stories that glorify war. And Activision engineered that and decided, let's make it so it glorifies war, not only to benefit from the US military, but also make it so that kids, granted, play, who are too young. The games never were dropped to the T rating, let me tell you. They never dropped the T rating. Even this game got an M. So granted, I'm just looking at this thing, I'm like, this could have been a much better franchise if they just stuck to their guns and continue making stuff like this. But another game that I'm going to call out is GTA. Now, if you don't know, first 5 installments, including the 2 San Andreas and Vice City, we don't talk about 1 and 2. What GTA Vice City, San Andreas, 3, 4, and 5 all were a lot more sexy, a lot more violent, had controversies that, granted, I don't think 6 would have, although that would be surprising if a news thing. It would be surprising if they did something as edgy as like a controversy, very edgy for Grand Theft Auto 6. Because that'll start. Keep in mind, the people making 6 aren't the same people making this. Or keep in mind 4, or San Andreas, or Vice City, or the 3. They're a completely different team. I heard this is going to be a somber conclusion to the franchise that we know currently started with 3. It's like 2 concluded 1 story. Granted. But are you ready for this? GTA Hoverbike. Stuff like this happened because kids got on. We might not see 6's campaign be controversial because kids got on. Prove me wrong, Rockstar. Have a news article cover one of your controversial storytellers in the game. Then we'll talk. Granted, we'll never have... Granted, we did get a banger 5 game before they sold out, like COD did. So there's that. Granted, I hope there's controversies in 6, because if that happened, then I'll buy. Granted, you have GTA laser guns. Like, what is this? Like, you have, like, what is this? This doesn't even look like it's supposed to be in GTA. What? No. It looks like it's pulled straight out of, like, a kid's game. You know what franchises didn't sell their soul? These franchises didn't sell their soul because kids were not interested. The kids that were generally more mature. You ready? Doom. We will always get stuff like Doom Eternal or Doom the Dark 2016 or even Doom the Dark Ages. This will be a sick game, and I'm looking forward to it. And then you've got stuff like Granted. Doom. Now, granted, they did go into the survival horror aspect with Doom 3. And this was a good game too, but it wasn't the Slayer. It wasn't based off of the main Doom Marine / Slayer. Doesn't have him as protagonist. So that's why technically this is the 3rd installment. And Doom 1 and 2 is the mainline story. Goes from 1 to 64 to Dark Ages 2016 and Eternal. Grant, it is confusing how they do it, but this is how they're doing the franchise. But I will say this has not sold their soul. The Doom games have not sold their soul yet. It's because the kids that are interested are generally more mature and only play MRA games that are good. And they have rainbow skins, but granted, they're just internal, but they're not going to interfere with the story. Granted. And granted, it is a little... If you remove the, like, skins they add for fun, which they don't sell for $100 for a microtransaction con point price, and are just free skins you can get through a free battle pass that are not expensive, this is generally has never sold its soul. Another IP, From Soft Soul. This is why I'm thinking about doing my own blind Let's Play on this channel. From Soft Souls games. Elden Ring, Bloodborne, Demon Souls, Dark Souls, Dark Souls 3, Dark Souls 2, Sekiro. You've got... Here's the games. Are you ready? Nero. Dark Souls Trilogy, Elden Ring, Night Rain. You've got, like... So here's all the Souls games. You got Elden Ring, Sekiro, Souls 1, 2, and 3. Bloodborne, and Demon Souls. Those are the 7 ones so far, and they're about to make 8 and 9 with Night Rain and they're about to make, keep in mind, another one that's just like they did an exclusive for Sony, Dusk Bloods. I'm thinking about getting it. It is so hard, but this is going to be on Switch too, Dusk Bloods. And this is the thing. FromSoft Souls games and Doom have proven them to have not sold their soul because kids aren't. Little 2-year-old kids, little Timmy isn't getting on it. Teenagers are, and that's cool. We can have the teens. Maybe even younger, older kids 10 and up. If they are mature enough. But mostly the people who are playing these games are adults. Why do I say this? Yeah, I'm going to have to do that later. Why am I saying this? You ready for this? We increase this. It's because they genuinely have no idea what they're doing with those two franchises. And granted, Doom and Dark Souls is better.